Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Tosh Morelli here to talk to you about cold and flu season. We all get sick in the wintertime. Sometimes we think that we can't play our instrument, or we're very concerned about reinfecting ourselves after being sick. So here's how to deal with that at home. I have each of the instruments out. I'll talk about each one individually. Let's start with the flute. With the flute, the only part of the instrument that you really need to clean and disinfect is the head joint, the part that you blow into. And really the only part that you need to deal with cleaning is right on the lip plate. The best way to deal with that is with regular rubbing alcohol. Take a paper towel, put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it, and just rub it right on the lip plate, right where you play. You can leave that to air dry, even in your case. And that's really all you need. If you really want to, you can take that same rubbing alcohol and just very lightly go over the keys that you've been pushing. A good way to make sure that you don't get germs on your instrument via your hands is to wash your hands before you play, especially if you know that you're sick. With the clarinet, same thing, you take your mouthpiece. Now I want you to notice that your mouthpiece usually is made of plastic, but it has this cork on the bottom. The cork cannot get wet or it will be ruined. So the same thing, you take our rubbing alcohol, paper towel, rub a little bit on the bottom side of the mouthpiece where the hole is, where the reed goes, and then also around the whole other part of the mouthpiece on the plastic, okay? Please do not get the cork wet. And that's really all you need. You want to make sure that you take all of your used reeds and throw them away so that you don't reinfect yourself. Go get some new reeds from the music store. Remember, beginner clarinet players are playing on number 2.5 reeds, that's their strength, and advanced clarinet players are playing on number 3 reeds. With the alto saxophone, you'll see that the mouthpiece is made entirely of plastic, so it can actually get wet. You can use the rubbing alcohol again, just to kill the germs. And for an extra step, if you would really like to, you can take just the black part of the mouthpiece and wash it in the sink with your Dawn or Ajax or other dishwashing liquid. Please do not put the mouthpiece in the dishwasher. Same thing with the saxophone. If you want to lightly rub over the keys with your rubbing alcohol, you can do that. With any brass instrument, trumpet, trombone, French horn, euphonium, or even the tuba, you have just one metal mouthpiece. And this is the only thing you need to disinfect. You can take your rubbing alcohol and a paper towel and just wipe inside the cup of the mouthpiece and around the top of the mouthpiece. This can also be washed with a dishwashing liquid and lukewarm to cool water in the sink. Please do not put your brass mouthpiece in the dishwasher. Let it air dry. If you're very concerned about the germs on the outside of the instrument, you can lightly take that same rubbing alcohol and go on top of the valves or on the trombone, right on the bar that you use to move the slide. The percussion is about the easiest one to disinfect. Pretty much you only need to disinfect your sticks and your mallets. You can do that with just your standard Lysol wipe or other disinfectant and just go up and down all of the whole stick. I want you to know that you can still practice while you are sick, even if you are not actually playing your instrument. You guys are familiar with the 5 steps to perfect practice. Step 1, chop it up so that you're only doing a part of the song at a time. Step 2, saying the rhythms. You can do this without even holding an instrument. Just going through the music and reading the rhythms off of the page. Step 3, saying the letter names. A lot of kids have a really hard time remembering which letter goes on which line and which space. And this is the #1 best way to get better at reading the music and knowing where the letters are. This is a great thing to do if you are sick. Just go through and say your letter names. You can double check them with the tan boxes that are in your book. Pages 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11 are the notes that we have done so far this year. Step 4 is to fake play. And that means you're going to take the body of your instrument, for instance, your saxophone. You're just going to read the music and do your fingerings. You're not going to put the instrument up to your face. You're not going to blow into it or anything like that. All of these non-playing parts of practicing do count on your homework sheet. So make sure that you do write them down. If you want to notate that you were fake playing because you were sick, that's fine, okay? But here are some handy tips to help you deal with cold and flu season. Keep practicing, and I'll see you at your next lesson.